A long, long time ago, in a comfortable two-bedroom flat somewhere in Enugu, there lived a woman who knew the real meaning of housewife wahala. Her name was Adora. She was a mother of two, wife of one, and slave to a house that never respected her efforts. Her husband, Chidy, was the type of man that could swallow fufu, belch loudly like a faulty generator, and still ask why the soup didn't have that smoky local taste. He was tall, fair, and always with his Bluetooth earpiece in one ear, as if he was a PA to Dangote. That was how he carried his shoulder up and down the estate, like somebody managing Bill Gates' account. But in truth, Chidi owned one small electronic shop in Oboetemi market. He was a proper proud Enugu man. But he had zero respect for his wife. Adora, on the other hand, that woman was doing national youth service in her own home. Her uniform was a stained dress. Her parade ground was the kitchen, parlor, toilets, and two small bedrooms. Every morning by 5 a.m., her alarm clock was not on her phone, no. It was Tobe, her 4-year-old son, who had a leaking bladder. "Mommy, I want to wee wee." She would jump up from the bed immediately, carry the boy and help him to pee, then head over to the kitchen like one programmed robot. She would heat up some water for showering and start cooking. Then she would rush to iron school uniforms because NEPA had done what NEPA does best the night before. There was no electricity. Then she would brush her own teeth and help her last boy to brush his own. Then she would go and wake up the elder one, Zikora, for school, all while checking her food to avoid burning. She would then pack their school lunch and snack box. After school run by 6:45 a.m., she would rush back to the house to sweep, mop, wash small clothes, separate beans sometimes, chase one cockroach that escaped death last week, then finally dash to the market to do some shopping before things like tomato turns to gold again. From there, she will rush home again, wash and prep everything she bought from the market, clean the kitchen, and begin prepping for dinner. Before she would sit down to rest for 5 minutes, it's already 1:50 p.m. She's off again for school pickup. When she gets there, Zikora will forget her water bottle in her class. Toby will forget his shoe and will be crying annoyingly. Adora will manage to coordinate everything, and by 2:30 p.m., they are home again. That's not all, oh. In fact, this is where the second phase of the job resumes. She will bathe them, feed them, answer 10 million, "Mommy, look at me. Mommy, see what I drew," while washing plates, checking and teaching assignments, setting the table, cooking dinner properly, and still answering, "Yes, baby," with smiles. That was Adora's normal day. And then, when Chidy finally returned by 8 p.m., smelling like broken ego, he would just be yarning rubbish. He would enter and drop his shoes in the center of the sitting room like a lazy, smelly offering, scratch his belly and start shouting, "Adora, why are these children's dirty plates still here? All their toys are just scattered everywhere. Now wow, so what exactly have you been doing since morning? Watching Z World?" Adora looked up slowly. By now, if she was tying scarf, it had shifted to one side like a police cap. Her wrapper twisted like she had fought with her mortar and pestle. Adora looked super exhausted. And then she took a deep breath and replied calmly, "I've been doing everything. Everything that keeps this house running. But it's okay. No need to argue. Welcome home." She scoffed. "Abegi, when did housework even turn to real work? You self. Ordinary staying at home you cannot do properly. No wonder you're always tired for nothing. If I tell people my wife doesn't even have a job, they will pity me. Adora blinked and said, hey, wait. So being a wife, a mother, a teacher, a cleaner, cook, nurse, security, laundry woman, all rolled into one is not a job? Ah, please, you're just at home. Doing what now? Cooking rice, doing school run. You even own a car sef, so it's not as if you take the bus. Is that one work? She smiled bitterly, shook her head and said, okay now, keep talking. Now you get your mouth. One day, this house will show you shege. Mark my words. He waved her off and said, you like exaggerating everything. Just admit you are lazy. Even our neighbor Amaka goes to work and still takes care of her home. Is she not a woman like you? She even has 3 kids sef. You are complaining. She has a nanny. Adora shot back at him. Shebi you have mouth to argue now. Or you go and get your own nanny. I've been telling you since to get one, Chidy. But you said no. Talking about how you don't want strangers around your kids. Yes, because I don't want stories that touch. Adora, I don't trust anybody around my children. It's you that is their mother, and you are the best person to take care of them. That shouldn't be a big deal. Adora stared at him and said, you want perfection, but you won't provide support. See, Chidy, you won't kill me for my mother, please. Chidy was already scrolling through his phone ignorantly. I beg, let me rest. I've been hustling all day so that I can feed you and the children. Please, put water for me, let me shower. And then put food, let me eat. I'm so hungry. She walked away slowly. The truth is, Adora felt very angry in her spirit. But she had to deal with that for years. So her anger had matured into silence. Adora had learned one thing, and that is that there are some things you don't argue about or take to heart anymore in this house, so that your peace of mind will remain intact. Adora had always been the type of woman who knew when to stop talking and start planning. So, after months and years of hearing, what do you even do in this house? She finally registered for a master's degree in educational psychology at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. She didn't shout about it. She didn't make any public announcement. She just got the form and started getting ready on her own. For the most part, the classes were online. But once in a while, she had to drive down to school, which was like an hour 30 minutes drive from Enugu town where they lived. So one evening, she returned from one of her school visits with dust in her shoe and fire in her bones. Her eyes were red from heat and her bag was stuffed with textbooks. Chidy, as usual, was on the couch watching football and insulting players who earned more in 1 week than he would ever see in 5 years. He looked up at her, frowned and then asked, where are you always coming from these days? Abi, you don't join court? Adora sighed and dropped her bag. I registered for my master's. I told you last month. He opened his eyes like she just told him she was becoming an astronaut. Master's kwa? For what? Who is chasing degree at this age? Please don't come and carry burden that you cannot manage, oh. Or is it me that will now be doing school run and frying eggs for the kids? She smiled tiredly and said, there is no age that is too old for knowledge. I just want to grow. I can't be washing boxers and cooking rice forever. This woman said, who told you to wash boxers now? Just don't leave this house in disarray. All these Lagos women influencers and their follow goals. They have washed you, Abi. Do your masters and PhD. Become a professional. Don't let any man tell you otherwise. Nye, nye, nye. Before you know it now, you will say you want to become first lady. I beg oh. So, from your mouth to God's ears, she muttered and just left him with his tantrums and went into the house. So one night, she sat him down with a gentle and calm voice, the type women use when they want to get something from their husband without stress. Chidy, my husband, be cool. My final exams for the semester are on Monday and Tuesday. Just 2 days. I need to travel down to Nsukka next week on Sunday evening and return on Tuesday night if I finish on time, or Wednesday morning, depending. Please, help me take care of Zikora and Toby. Their water bottle is in the top cabinet. Their food flask is there too. Their socks and clothes are well folded. Their school shoes are beside the fridge. I will cook fresh stew and store in the freezer. All you need to do is boil rice and get them to school by 7 a.m. sharp. Then pick them up by 2. That's all. Oh. Is that all? You dey talk like say I never run business before. This is a small thing, Joe. I'm not a weakling, he said, and beat his chest like a baby gorilla. Adora nodded slowly. Okay, no problem. Thank you. Sunday evening came like a breeze, and Adora packed her small box, kissed the kids goodbye, and said, "Be good for daddy, okay? Don't stress him too much. He's going to help you brush your teeth, help you wear your uniform, and take you to school, and even check your assignments, okay?" Zikora gasped. Hey, mommy, this is going to be a disaster. Daddy doesn't even know where my lunchbox is. Adora bent down and whispered, Then you will teach him. That's why you are my big girl, Abi. Oh yeah, now. Bye, my babies, I love you. She waved at them like someone about to fly to Canada. Chidy came out holding his phone and grumbling. You are behaving like you are going to war. It's just 2 days now. You go, you write, and you come back. Okay? I've got this. I know, Adora said, smiling. That's why I'm not worried at all. As she entered the taxi to the park, she looked back one last time at her husband and her chaotic home. She smiled and whispered, God, please, let my kids still be alive by the time I'm back. Amen. Soon it was Monday, the day of reckoning. The day was Monday morning. The battlefield was a 2-bedroom flat in Enugu, and the soldier on duty was one very confident Chidy who had foolishly said, I'm not a weakling. We shall see. By 5:30 a.m., the house was silent. There was no movement though, no gas clicking, nobody flying back and forth the corridor. Just Chidy snoring like a baby elephant on heat. Meanwhile, school assembly starts by 7 a.m. And then at 6:42 a.m., a small voice broke through the peaceful silence. Daddy, Daddy, I want to poo-poo. Chidy blinked. He sat up, a little confused and still sleepy. Where is your mommy now? He asked, scratching his eyes. She traveled now, remember? You said you're going to take care of us. Then the first child, Zikora, appeared in the doorway and said, Daddy, it's 7 a.m. already. Jeez, we are so late. Chidy looked at the time. It was 6:47. Jesus! He jumped up like the bed was on fire. The entire house suddenly felt like a war zone. He ran to the bathroom, saw that the bucket was empty. Oh, who used this water again? Yes, it was him. He used the last bucket of water the previous day and forgot to refill it. He rushed outside in boxers to fetch water and almost slipped. He hissed and clutched the bucket tighter like it owed him some money. Back inside, Toby was crying because he couldn't find his school socks, while Zikora was arguing with him that he doesn't want white rice, she wants noodles. That was when Chidy's voice began to rise. Do you people think I have 4 hands? Who raised you to be so difficult? Toby replied with tears in his eyes. Mommy never shouts like this. That one touched Chidy small, sha. But there was no time for guilt. He threw rice in the pot and added water without any measurements. He added salt twice because the first time the salt container slipped and poured on the floor and he wasn't sure he added enough. While the rice was boiling, he went to the room to iron their uniforms, only to discover the clothes were still a bit damp. Oh my God, what is all this? He turned on the standing fan, increased the speed, and faced it towards the clothes. Meanwhile, the rice was catching fire in the kitchen, and the smell hit his nose at once. Hey, it's burning, oh! He ran in, turned off the gas, and opened the pot. He saw that the bottom of the rice looked like charcoal already, and the top was half done. The children stood at the kitchen door and stared at him like he was a failed chef on a live cooking show. Oh gosh, we can't eat this, Sikora said solemnly. Shut up and go and wear your shoes. Oh yeah, Chidy backed. In the panic, he forgot their water bottles. But he stuffed their flask with the rice anyway, put in some stew, and put one banana each for snacks. He zipped up their lunch boxes, then rushed to shower Toby as fast as possible. While at it, Toby complained he had some soap residue in his ear, but Chidy just told him to use his towel and wipe it off. Then he forgot to apply lotion on him. He dressed them up sharp and finally bundled them into the car like he was kidnapping his own kids. Guess what the time was by now? It was 8:51 a.m. Nice one, Superman Chidy. Then they got to school by 9:05 a.m. Of course, assembly was over and classes had started. The security man looked at him with judgmental eyes. Oga, this one pass African time, oh. Abeg, shift to one side, Chidy snapped. Where is their teacher? He dragged the kids to the classroom. The teacher looked up with arched eyebrows and said, Good morning, sir. They are just arriving. Yes, something came up. I apologize. Okay, next time, please try to get them here before 7 a.m. He forced a fake smile and said, Noted. As he turned to leave, his phone buzzed. It was a video call from his wife, Adora. Chidy hissed in frustration, then arranged a little and adjusted himself, and then he picked up. Adora was outside her exam hall, standing in the corridor with her bag on her shoulder, chewing gum and wearing that calm, I warned you face. Hello, my dear. Please, oh, is my eyes paining me? Or are you just dropping the kids off by this time? Chidy's shirt was half tucked and his forehead was shining with heat. In fact, he looked like a burnt offering. It's not like that. There was, some delays, but they are in class now, eh? Everything is fine. Everything is under control. Eh? Are you sure? So why are you panting like this? I was just parking the car. Chai, Adora, this job is not easy, oh. I swear I never knew. Eh? Now you talk this one? Chidy, my iron man. You see this your proud chest, eh? It go soon deflate. This one is only the beginning, oh. No be small thing, Adora. Chai, my respect for you has increased, though. In fact, it has tripled. Adora smirked and said, So, we thank God. How is your exam? Sweet and easy, like me. Shall let me go and write the next paper. Don't forget to pick the kids by 2 p.m. Please. No, I won't forget. She ended the call, and right there under the scorching sun, Chidy wipes his face and whispered to himself, This house job no be beans so. But he didn't know he was just getting started. If Monday humbled Chidy, Tuesday buried his pride in shallow sand and danced over it in bathroom slippers. He had survived the early morning rush by a whisker. He even posted on his WhatsApp status, Fathers who do school run are real men. But 2 p.m. was coming, and so was his downfall. You see, Chidy had one special weakness, which was betting. It started like a harmless fun. 1,000 naira here, 500 naira there, a sprinkle of Chelsea versus Man U, a pinch of Barcelona scoring over 2 goals. But by Tuesday afternoon, the man had already lost 2 tickets and was chasing the third one like a madman pursuing a nylon. He sat inside one sweaty betting shop, filled with men who smelled like roasted anger. The fan was blowing hot air. Somebody had just screamed, "Go!" But it was the wrong team. Chidy slapped his thigh in frustration. Kai, I for don cash out oh. Na only this one goal just spoil this thing for me. He checked the time, 1:55 p.m. He nodded to himself and said, okay, I still have some time. He bought another ticket, placed another bet, and after some time, another heartbreak. Hell, Chim! He checked again, 3:24 p.m. Chineke oh! He leaped up from the plastic chair like it had shocked him. The ticket in his hand flew under the table. He didn't even bother to pick it up. My children, oh, school run, he shouted as he dashed outside and unlocked his car with shaking hands. He drove like a madman through potholes and Okada riders, sweating through his shirt. His thoughts were loud. What if something happened? What if they've been standing outside since 2 p.m.? God, I beg, oh. He arrived at the school by 3:48 p.m. and the gate was locked. He honked like his life depended on it. The security man dragged his feet slowly, chewing granuts and adjusting his cap. Oga, wetin happen? My children, I'm here to pick them. The man blinked and said, which ones? Zikora and Tobe. I dropped them here this morning. The man looked at him the way a doctor looks at a stubborn patient who refused to take medicine. Sir, school closed since 2 p.m. and it's almost 4. If they no dey here by now, they don't go. Chidy froze. Go where? I no know, Oga. Maybe they follow somebody. Maybe they enter bus. I no know, but they no dey here. That's when panic grabbed Chidy by the throat. His vision blurred. His armpit turned into a leaking tap. His heartbeat was doing bim, bigidim, bigidim. My children, my children are missing, oh. He started running up and down like a goat that escaped from church harvest. He entered the school compound, checked the classrooms, the toilet, the staff room, the back of the building, but nothing. He ran out again, shouting, have you seen 2 small children, a girl and a boy, 6 and 4 years old? One is light-skinned, the other one looks like me. People were staring at him. A teacher tried to calm him down. Maybe their mom sent someone to pick them. Have you checked in with her? No, she's in Nsukka. He jumped into his car again and started driving around the neighborhood like a mad Uber driver without GPS. He passed by a kiosk and stopped to ask, Madam, did you see 2 children in school uniform? The woman looked up and said, Oga, I'm just here selling my okpao. I didn't see anything. He zoomed off again, almost hitting a chicken. By 4:30 p.m., his phone rang. It was Adora. He almost didn't pick up, but what choice did he have? He tried to steady his voice, and then he picked. Hello? Adora's voice came, calm and sweet like holy water. Hi, honey. I just finished my paper. Hope the kids are home now. There was silence. Chidy swallowed hard. Then, like a seasoned liar on the spot, he said, Yes, of course. They are home now. I just got back. They are even playing now. Let me hear them, Adora insisted. Network is... Hello? Network is breaking. Let me call you back. Click. He ended the call. His hands were shaking. Sweat was dripping from his chin. He knew what he had done. Now he had to fix it. But first, he had to find them. Because right now, Chidy's heart was on fire. And he was the one holding the matchstick. After the call, he drove home like he was running from Judgment Day. His shirt was soaked. His lips were dry. His heartbeat had become a full percussion band. Hey, if anything happens to these children, hey, God, please. I know I've not been the best husband, but don't use them to punish me. Use me to punish me. When he got to his compound, he parked the car half inside, half outside. No time for straightening. The moment he unlocked the door to his flat, he stepped into silence. That eerie type of silence. He dropped his keys, looked left, looked right. The parlor was clean. Too clean. TV was still off. Curtains were well drawn. Zikora! Tobechuku! Nothing. His heart sank deeper and deeper. Hey! His mind was going left, right, center. Nothing where he not think that day. And then he heard it. A small giggle, followed by a burst of laughter. He tiptoed toward the sound like someone approaching a miracle. He pushed the kitchen door open, and there they were, Zikora and Tobe, sitting on the floor, eating hot rice and fried plantain from their grandmother's trademark yellow plastic plate, and watching cartoon on a tablet. Tobe looked up and shouted, "Daddy, you're back! Grandma just dropped us." Chidy staggered back like someone who saw a ghost. "Grandma? What?" He sat down slowly on the nearest chair, with his hands on his head in exhaustion. What Chidy didn't know was that Mama Nkechi, their next door neighbor, acting on Adora's secret instructions, had picked the kids from school by 2 p.m. sharp and taken them straight to Adora's parents' house, just 3 streets away. The kids had stayed there all afternoon, had their snacks, and were playing happily, while Chidy was gallivanting around Enugu in panic. Around 5 p.m., Grandma personally brought the boys home, using the spare key Adora had given her long ago, the same key Chidy once said was unnecessary. She opened the house, settled the kids with food, and left quietly without dropping any notes or calling Chidy. She locked the gates behind her like an angel on an assignment and left. And then, almost immediately, Chidy's phone buzzed, and it was Adora. He picked. His voice was dry like 2-day-old Eba. "Hello?" Adora replied with a calm, sharp voice, like a woman who knew exactly what she was doing. "So, you have found them?" Chidy nodded. "They are here." I don't understand. What happened?" Adora chuckled. "What happened is that your wife is not a fool. I told Mama Nkechi on Sunday evening to help me pick these children off and drop them at my parents' house. I knew you would forget, especially because I knew there was a match this afternoon." Chidy blinked. So you planned this?" "No, I was protecting my children. I know their father has pride, but not much common sense when it comes to housework and house duties." He couldn't even argue. His voice was cracked at this point. "Adora, I messed up. I'm sorry. I didn't know the job was this hard though. Honestly, I thought you were exaggerating all this while. But now, even my bones are tired. I don't know how you've been doing it. Please forgive me, my wife." She didn't speak for a moment, and then softly she said, "Now, you understand when I say I'm tired? Yes. When I say I forget things? Yes. When I say I need help? Yes. When I say this house is draining me? Adora, please. I understand now." There was another pause. Then Adora said the words that sealed it. Good, because now we move forward with terms and conditions. And then she cut the call. Chidy sat in the parlor like someone who had just survived a plane crash. His children were safe. The house had not burnt down, but his pride was finished. He had been disgraced and humiliated, cooked and served hot. He looked at his kids. Their cheeks were stuffed with rice and fried plantain, giggling at cartoon characters like nothing happened. No idea that their father had almost called SARS on imaginary kidnappers to help him find them. He felt a rush of gratitude then. This was his whole world, and he almost messed it up. For what? Just then, his phone rang again. It was Adora. He answered quickly. Hello, baby. His voice was soft like Gary that had been soaking for 2 hours. I've thought about everything, and I accept. I was wrong. Completely wrong. I treated you like you were doing nothing in this house. Meanwhile, you were doing everything. Please forgive me, my wife. Unyem Biko. Adora sighed and replied, I've forgiven you, but from now on, I have some demands. Chidy swallowed hard. Okay, let's hear them. 1. We are hiring a live-out nanny. Someone who will come in the morning and leave at night. She will clean, wash, sweep, and help with domestic work. Okay, I agree. 2. You will no longer insult me or belittle my role in this house. If I say I'm tired, you will say, what can I do to help? Not, what did you even do today? Yes, that one is certain. Agreed. 3. I'm finishing my master's degree and I'm going to build my career. You will support me and not sabotage me. Anything you want, baby. I am with you 100%. 4. No more comparing me to other women. I'm not Amaka. I'm not your mother. And I'm not anybody else. I'm your wife. And you will treat me as such and with respect. Yes, ma. Adora let that yes, ma sit in her chest like hot amala before she continued. 5. If you ever forget to pick your children again or lie to me about it while they are stranded, that next time they won't be at grandma's. They will be with me and you won't even know the direction we took. Chidy stood up immediately. No. It won't happen again. See, I have changed. I won't go through this heart attack again next time. Mba. Adora paused and smiled, and then her voice softened a bit. Thank you for finally seeing what I go through. That's all I ever wanted. I didn't marry you to be a slave. I married you to be your partner. Chidy nodded like Agama and said, from now on, you have a partner. Full-time partner. See, I'm even putting water to soak their uniform as we speak. And I want to boil water now to shower them. She laughed and said, good. I'll be home tomorrow morning. Just keep my children alive till then, I beg. With all my strength, I will. They ended the call, and Chidy exhaled deeply and looked around the parlor. Thank you, Jesus. And then he got up to start work. Where is the mop? He asked the children. Toby blinked and said, it's in the kitchen, Daddy. He smiled to himself and went to the kitchen. Because that day, for the very first time since he got married, there was a major mindset shift. The end. Moral lesson. See, don't ever mock what you don't understand. Housework is not idleness, and marriage is not slavery. Respect your partner before life teaches you the hard way. Never look down on the weight someone else is carrying just because you're not the one lifting it. And until you wear someone's shoes, don't judge their blisters. Respect housewives, Their work doesn't come with salary, but that job is tasking. It's being a mom, is the most tasking job in this life. So respect housewives because they are superheroes without capes. Even the ones that are not housewives, anybody that is a wife or a mom or anybody managing the home is a superhero. Give them their flowers. Okay? And with that, we have come to the end of today's story. My Naya Paddies, hope you learned a thing or two from this one. I want to know, I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think about this story? And what did you learn from it? What did you pick from this one? Please let me know in the comment section below, or just drop a heart emoji, just check in with your paddy. Okay? I want to say a very huge thank you to all of you for your heartfelt wishes. I made a post the other day about someone that I lost, and most of you have been sending me your condolences. I don't take it for granted, and I am so grateful for all of you. Thank you so much, my paddies, for subscribing, for sharing, for liking, for commenting on my videos, for carrying my matter on your head. Thank you for the love. The love is massive. I love this community. You guys make me so happy. And I'll see you in my next one, okay? Remember, don't let anyone dim your shine. Ngwanu. Bye.